For those of you on here who don't know what SMS marketing is, basically having somebody opt in to your mailing list from their cell phone. So instead of emailing them, you send a text message to their phone. It goes to their text message inbox, for lack of a better word, and these things get open 95% of the time, and they get open within 20 minutes. So the amount of interaction you can have with an SMS list compared to what you can do with a regular email marketing list, it's night and day. And this is where more businesses are going and need to be going, and that's also why it's an awesome service for you guys to be out there selling. It's recurring, and you can make a lot of money on it. Today we have Dave Igo on the call. I put offline SMS Ninja, and you guys know I'm not very good at putting together slides or whatnot, so this is all I have right here for his introduction. But Dave is, when it comes to offline marketing, a lot of people are out there selling stuff, and they're doing different tricks to get clients. Dave's the kind of guy who takes stuff that's working, and he figures out better ways to do it and program stuff. At the end of this call, he's going to talk to you about his Wrecking Ball SMS that he's been using. Once you guys see this thing, is absolutely amazing. He's going to go over in this webinar how to get clients, how he got going. Once you see the success he has in some of these methods he's going to show you are basically one main method split off in a few different ways. It's going to absolutely open your eyes to what you guys can do with this. And like I said, it's the first of the year. If you guys are thinking about starting your offline business this year, SMS and mobile websites get in and upsell to SMS is one of the best ways possible. So Dave, you still there?
Yeah, man.
How you doing?
Not too bad. What's happening, guys?
Not much. Just trying to keep busy.
I hear you. I hear you.
I'm not having much trouble with that.
Yeah, I know it. I know it. I was, for whatever reason, I kind of lulled myself into this false sense of security that if I could just get past New Year's, then 2013 I'm just going to be able to, kick back and wait for money to rain from the sky and get fatter, and that's not the case at all. Turns out I'm just as busy on January 1st as I was on December 31st. So
I keep waiting for that too, but I know when that happens, the money starts raining, I'm still going to be working probably twice as hard then.
I know.
I don't have a slow down switch, and you're probably kind of like me that, it's hard to hit the slow down switch for too long.
It's a sickness, man. It really
is.
It is. I'm glad you guys had me on, though, today. I'm looking forward to sharing some awesome stuff.
Let me make
your members
you the
here. So,
change presenter, Dave.
Are you handing me the screen? Let me make sure.
Yes, I am.
Get ready here, and basically, I get this question a lot. People ask me all the time how I got started, and so basically, what I'm going to show everybody today is exactly how I got my first 80 clients, actually 78 to be fair, in 45 days, all for text message marketing. And this is the single most well-received method that I've ever employed. And so I'm going to share that with everybody if that's cool with you guys.
I was underselling. I was saying 50 clients in 60 days.
Yeah, it's actually 78 in 45 days is the hard number, and I did it all doing exactly one thing, and I'm going to show everybody on the call today exactly what that is and exactly how I did it and all of that stuff. So, are we ready? Should I just tear into it? Yeah, is that good by everyone?
We need your interaction here. Does everybody want to see how Dave got 78 clients in 45 days? If so, say yes. If I see a lot of non-attention,
Dan says hell yes.
Attendee list, I might start kicking people off the webinar. So pay attention, bring this up, watch this. Literally, this can make your 2013 the most profitable year of your life. So sit down, buckle up, and Dave, take it away.
Awesome, man. Yeah, so I'm going to tear into it. So here's what I'm going to give you guys today, okay? This is my promise to you. First of all, I'm going to deliver some amazing content on this call, and I promise that you will all agree, okay? Second, I'm going to give away at least one prize valued at substantially more than $500. I got $500 in the slide here, but it's worth a hell of a lot more than that. We're going to give one away. I'm going to show you exactly how I landed. Like I said, it's actually 78, not 80, clients in 45 days, all with SMS service, starting from scratch. With absolutely no knowledge in the field, and how I was able to just start doing this one day and succeed with it. I'm going to give you everything you need just for being on this call to put you in business tomorrow with this method. Okay? At the end of the call, I'm going to show you exactly how I prospect on the call. At the end of the call, I'm going to give you the software that you need to do this method. And at the end of the call, I'm going to make you a very special offer. And if I haven't delivered on the first 4, when I get to number 5, you guys can just hang up and leave. Is that a deal? Sound like a good deal?
I'm in.
All
That's
right,
on a
cool.
good deal, guys. Pop in the question box.
Right on.
Some action here.
Yeah. So
I think we have agreement.
I'm going to take good care of everybody. So a little bit about who I am, okay? I'm a welder. I'm a race car builder. Owned a hot rod shop for 12 years. Turned mechanical engineer. Hung up and shut off a deep 6-figure engineering job to become an offline marketer, and have since turned software developer. Now all this has happened. The good news is I've only been doing this about 2 years. You can see that's me and my wife up at Pikes Peak here, and you get the idea. I've only been doing this about 2 years, you guys, and I run an extremely successful SMS company just 2 years later that keeps a full-time staff of 7, 8 people fed. So I'm pretty proud of that, and you guys can do exactly what I've done, and there's no, that's just the honest to God's truth, okay? I found affiliate marketing completely by accident when one day I got an email for Adam Horowitz's Mobile Monopoly. Okay, don't know how I got on the list. I didn't buy this product, but this was the first time I ever found out what affiliate marketing was. I had no idea that affiliate marketing even existed. Okay? No clue. But I tore into it a little bit, and I was completely hooked, right? So for the next, excuse me guys, I gotta take a slug of water here. I've been on the phone all damn morning. My throat's a little tore up. Yeah, so just like everybody else that gets into this, for the next 120 days I bought every single ClickBank product, every WSO that came across my inbox. I didn't spend nearly enough time on any of them to make them work, and nothing made me any money whatsoever, right? Well, so one day I just started thinking about it, and it's like, I know how to advertise. I've been running brick and mortar businesses my entire life. I've been self-employed practically my entire adult life. And I've been very successful, right? So I knew how to advertise. So why not use all of these advertising methods I already know how to use for affiliate marketing, right? And I started doing some pretty crazy stuff for affiliate marketing, like billboards and magazine ads. I even did some airplane banner tows you can see on the screen. I did a couple of flyovers at a huge ATV rally and did a redirect through an affiliate link to an ATV parts house, and I did pretty good with it, okay? Well, one of the things I was doing was some banner marketing, okay? Or some flyer marketing, not banners, but flyers. And I made this post on the Warrior Forum, and this is an older picture, but this is actually my very first post on the Warrior Forum. Might be my second, okay? But for the most part, this is my very first post. And you can see here, it's got like 50,000 responses and like 400 thank yous. And it went viral, right? And that was kind of my introduction to the Warrior Forum space. Well, in April of 2011, so just under 2 years ago, I was coaxed into releasing this product, the Offline Success Puzzle. And that talked about all of these different offline marketing techniques that I was doing, but for affiliate marketing, okay? Well, one day I was looking at text message marketing, still for affiliate offers. I still wasn't thinking local. I still wasn't thinking about being an offliner. I was looking for ways to drive affiliate traffic, and I was talking with a buddy of mine who happened to be a realtor. And we started thinking about and brainstorming all of the different ways that we could benefit a realtor with an SMS system, right? Well, as it turns out, this SMS thing's pretty badass, right? As we tore into it, it's extremely cheap, right? SMS is the only media medium, whatever you want to call it, that you can afford to give an offline client a free trial on. Okay? It has a huge response rate. I was sitting in a little earlier listening to you say hi to everybody, and like you were saying, Adam, it's got a 95% open rate, and people are going to read that message within 20 minutes. That's huge. You can't get that with a print ad. You can't get that with anything else. You can't give away a free trial for SEO. But you can with SMS. You can prove your worth before you send them a bill. And that was a very, very big draw for me because I was new at it. Okay? A lot of people will tell you, don't give yourself away. I agree with that 100%. On the other hand, if the difference between walking out the door without a deal and walking out the door with a deal is a 2-week free trial, I'm going to give that free trial away every single time. All right? It's logical. You can make it do stuff. You can apply an if-then statement. You can sort an incoming text message and make it trigger different things inside your funnel. Not everything will do that for you. And everybody knows how to use it, right? It's extremely cost effective. My SMS software, I'll show you that a little bit later, uses Twilio as the cloud communication provider. So it's $1 a phone number for long codes and a penny a message. And Twilio offers us a completely awesome API that allows us to use these phone numbers and these text messages to do all of this stuff that I've been talking about. Just some statistics here that I threw together and put on a slide. You guys know all this stuff already. 91% of mobile, my GoToWebinar box is acting up, sorry. 91% of mobile internet access is to socialize compared to 79 on a desktop. 88% of all local information seekers take action within a day. That's a huge statistic. That it's important to understand how powerful the phone is. Let me ask everybody a question. Is there anybody on the call? Just put in a 1 if this applies to you. And I can't see the question box, Adam, so you'll have to check it out. But is there anybody on the call right now that's more than 4 feet from their cell phone? Anybody. If you are, put a 1 in. And I'll bet you there's not a whole heck of a lot of 1s coming through that question box.
3 people.
That's a pretty typical response. So we're talking about 2% of the people that are on this call are more than 4 feet from their cell phone. 80% of you have your cell phone in your pocket, or you can see it without moving anything, right? It's that kind of powerful, and we can tap into it extremely effectively with SMS, right? These are a couple of flowcharts from some campaign styles that I've built into my software. And I put these in the slide just to illustrate the point that you can make it do things. You can get an incoming text, ask a question, sort by a yes-no answer, decide whether they're already on your list, decide how long they've been on your list, and then route the incoming message and send the appropriate response. You can't do that with a print ad, okay? You can't really do that with SEO. You can't really do it with a direct phone call because people will hang up on you because it will take too long for you to connect the phone call with the people you're trying to connect them with. With an SMS, with a text message, it's completely automated, and you can deliver the response your customer's looking for, okay? Everybody knows how to do it. My wife just got her first smartphone about 4 or 5 months ago. She has yet to download an app. Never will. I can promise you that. My dad just got his very first smartphone, bought a new iPhone. He hates it. He'll never download an app. He'll probably never look at the internet on his iPhone. But all of them send text messages. Grandma sends text messages. People know how to do this. It's accepted technology, and you're on the forefront of it. So it's important to jump in now, because 3 years from now, 2 years from now, maybe a year and a half from now, you may have missed the boat. How many hands, put your hands up, put a yes in the question box. How many of you would have liked to have been in on the AdWords gold rush back in the day when you could advertise anything on Google AdWords. And they didn't care about anything, and people just made millions of dollars because the more money you threw at it, the more money you got back, right? We all missed it. But you haven't missed SMS yet. Now's your chance to get in while you can, all right? So in 2011, I started prospecting for offline clients for SMS, realtors and auto dealers, and that's the method I'm going to show you tonight. And by September 1st, I had almost 80 clients, all for SMS. Now, the really cool thing was I was pitching them SMS services. But they all started asking me what else I could do for their business. Do you do mobile web? Yep. Do you do YouTube? Yep. Do you do Facebook? Yep. Well, most of it I don't know how to do. But we all know how to find somebody that does. We're warriors. We know we can get on the Warrior Forum and find a Facebook expert to tackle a job. We know we can get on the Warrior Forum to find an SEO expert to tackle a job, right? I introduced this WSO about a year, 14, 15 months ago, called the $1,000 a day offline empire. And we sold it for a week, and it's been sitting over there sold out. And I actually have a list of about 2,700 people waiting for this to reopen. And we're not going to reopen it, okay? But all of you guys that are on this call today are going to get a copy of this for free at the end of the call. And I'll tell you why I'm going to do that in just a minute. But on the screen, you can see when I released this WSO, at the time, this was the largest check I had ever received from a single offline client. Now, I sold this client SMS service. And 3 weeks later, they called me back asking me what else I could do. And I wound up doing a mobile website and a little bit of tweaking to their e-commerce site and a bunch of videos and a YouTube channel and a Facebook page for them. All because I got my foot in the door with text message marketing, okay? Now, at the time, I was using all free open source tools. This is something called OpenVBX. You can get it for free. It's powered by Twilio. All you got to do is Google it. Run from this. Stay away from it. It's a great tool. It does some neat stuff, but you will beat your head against the computer until your ears bleed before you figure it out. Okay? I started buying WordPress plugins to do SMS. Here's an installation of mine where you can see I actually have four different SMS plugins installed to try and create the SMS campaigns I was trying to do. The problem is you can't make all of these plugins talk to each other. This one's on its own phone number, this one's on its own phone number, this one's on its own phone number. And I couldn't make them work, okay? I wanted all of these things. I wanted to be able to route a text message the way that I've talked about. I wanted viral campaigns. I wanted a way for a text message to go viral. And we built it. I wanted loyalty campaigns. I wanted tracking, auto billing. I wanted to be an SMS company, right? I wanted contests and trivia, polling, surveys, all of these things that I knew, not being a programmer, could be done, but I couldn't buy one tool that would do it. I could buy one tool that would do contests. That's all it would do. I could buy one tool that would do punch card loyalty campaigns, but that's all it would do. I wanted one SMS system that could do all of these things. Multi-tier list building. Think of how important that is to have a list of all your clients' lists of all of their customers' lists. As an SMS company, things like that are extremely important, okay? I'm going to tear into the exact method I used to put that first 80 clients on my roster and become the SMS success story that I am today. And I say that, maybe that sounds egotistical. I don't care. It's true. I'm extremely successful with SMS. I don't think there's anybody out there that knows it as well as I do. Okay? But for now, I want everybody to grab that cell phone that's less than 4 feet away, and I want you to text the word dominate to 612-200-0785. I'll leave this up on the screen for just a minute. Text the word dominate to 612-200-0785. And we'll leave this up on the screen. Then I'm going to tear into this, and I'm going to show you the exact methods
All right,
that
for
I've
those of you that
used.
are
And
thinking
so,
about doing this, texting the word, I can guarantee you want to text this if you want. He's not saying exactly what he's going to do with this, but you're going to see later on. So if you guys want in, you need to text this.
grab your phone and text Dominate to 612-200-0785. If you're in the U.S., UK, or Canada, you should have no problem doing this. All
there
right?
you go, Cliff, UK, you can do it.
Yeah, so if you're in Ireland, it's not going to work. I apologize for that. There's nothing I can do about it right now. But most of us, 95% of us, are in the UK, US, or Canada. Let's see. And maybe, Adam,
I'll
punch
drop
that
this
in.
down in the chat box, yeah.
Yeah, I was just going to say, punch that in the chat box so I can keep moving. We got a lot to cover here, and I don't want to shortchange the important
Give me 1
stuff.
second to grab it. Just direct down the number. 122000785. All right, go for it.
Awesome. All right. So there's 6 important things before we get to technique that I want to cover real quick, okay? And I've got this laid out as 6 steps. You can call it whatever you want. You can call it just, you know, my mantra, if you will. But you need to pick a direction and treat it like a business. You need to decide what you're going to do and stick to your decision until you succeed. You're going to find that if you put an honest 40 hours into just about anything.
Can we hold up real quick? A couple people were saying failed. UK failed, yeah, failed, it failed, smartphone not accessible.
Huh? Did I spell something wrong? Did I spell dominate wrong or something?
I don't know. Did anybody on here have it go through, or did it fail for everybody? USA, fine, mine works for me. Okay, I had 3 or 4 pop up and say it failed.
Oh.
All right, I'll contact you guys personally on the question.
Yeah, or
go back to it, Dave.
Or try it again. Try it again.
Yeah,
we might have been hit with an overload because we do have a lot of people on the call here.
Okay, if it didn't work the first time, try it again. If it still doesn't work, hit me up on the question box, and I'll take care of it.
Yeah, and if you're outside of the country, you will need to put in a country code. You know, so keep that in mind. If you're in the UK and you're texting to the US number, you're going to need to put the 1 in there for the country code. So,
all right.
Where was I? Yeah. So anyway, I don't care what WSO you buy. I don't care what ClickBank product. If you were to put an honest 40 hours into it, you're going to find some level of success, right? You're just gonna. But most people don't. Most people buy a WSO, they go through it, they say, oh, that's cool. Maybe they try it for 2 hours, and then they move on to the next WSO. And that's not going to work, okay? I like to say give it the boss test. And what I mean by that is look at what you're doing and ask yourself, if I was working for somebody else drawing a paycheck, is what I did today good enough? Or is my boss going to be looking at me sideways because I didn't do enough work today? And if you get outside yourself and you think about that, you're going to find that a lot of the time you think you're working, you're not. You're checking your email, you're checking your Skype, you're doing all that stuff. It's not work. It's not bringing any money in, okay? You need to understand what you're up against as you master your craft, and you need to be prepared to reinvent yourself, okay? Realize all businesses require investment of time, money, energy, all of those kinds of things. You're going to have to put some time into it. However, if you decide to do it and you commit to it, I promise you that you can. Okay, that's my guarantee to you. Locating clients. This is so overlooked, and I don't know why, because it seems so stupid, drop dead easy to me. But people ignore this all the time. On the screen right here are the proceeds of me walking out of exactly two grocery stores. One here by my house and one up by my cabin. And what you're looking at are magazines full of advertising. Some of them, like for instance this auto shopper, there's over 200 auto dealers advertising in this auto shopper magazine. Here's everything you need. I keep every single piece of junk mail that comes into my mailbox. Every single piece I keep, okay? Because you can look through that Val pack, and you can look for those local coupons. And a lot of them, most of them, if not all of them, aren't going to have a QR code on them. They're not going to say anything about text message marketing. And you can integrate with their existing ad copy and do some amazing things, okay? Number 4, you have to learn to see opportunity. This is actually 2 pictures laid on top of each other. I was on my way to the Home Depot one day, and I was driving down the street, and here's these 4 guys out on the curb holding up a $10 off oil change sign, right? Well, they were more than happy to ham it up for a picture. I got this beautiful picture of all 3 service bays at this Jiffy Lube completely empty, right? I just stopped right in the middle of the intersection, grabbed my phone, started taking pictures. Well, we've all seen $10 off an oil change. Who cares? That's not a good enough offer. That's not going to bring anybody in, okay? I snapped these pictures. I put them together like this. I put a big red headline across the top of them on a page that says, for what you just paid these 4 goofballs to stand on the curb for an hour, I can fill the place. Call me. Well, guess what? I got the call. Now, I didn't get this client because, as it turns out, this Jiffy Lube had just launched a national text marketing campaign that this guy was going to participate in. But the guy that owns this Jiffy Lube owns 7 of them. And he called me back. Okay? All because I learned to spot opportunity and take advantage of it. Here's some more opportunity. I'm going to talk about this at the end. This is outside of an EB Games in a shopping mall. And you can see there's people just lined up. Lined up. So what's the opportunity here? Well, the opportunity is to possibly capture their name, their email, and their cell phone number, depending on what you're doing. We developed a piece of software that can do just that. Here's a guy right down here in this picture entering his cell phone number. Here's 3 buddies entering their cell phone numbers. Here's a whole bunch of more people entering their cell phone numbers. Because we learn to spot opportunities and we capitalize on them. Once you've spotted the opportunity, once you've located the client or the potential client, you need to present them an understandable plan of action. Now, I use video for this, okay, because it's interactive and it's very low effort. Whoever gets that video gets to legitimately put his feet up on his desk for 5 minutes and tell his boss, hey, I'm working. Somebody sent me this email. I got to check it out. I'm working. Well, no, you're watching a video, right? But I'm working. I started using this, and the close rate is just off the charts on this. I've had weeks where I've sent out 20 of these videos and closed all 20 clients. Now, I've had weeks where I've sent out 20 and I've only closed 1, but that's pretty rare and few and far between. And I get an average close rate of about 50%. Using the exact method that I'm going to show you, okay? Number 6, and this is the most important one. You need to be a consultant. You need to teach your clients how to succeed. If you set an SMS campaign up for Bob's Pizza, and you say, okay, Bob, here's how you log into your SMS system, send some messages out when you're slow, a couple things are going to happen. Number 1, Bob's not going to know what to do with it. And Bob's going to say to the manager, hey, Jolene, can you take care of this for me? And Jolene's going to say, sure. And then she's going to grab the night chef because she forgot to do it and say, oh, God, by the way, you got to send out one of these text messages tonight. Here's the login. And Guido in back there in the kitchen is going to say, well, I got enough bullshit going on. Screw you. Do your own job. And it's not going to succeed. It's not going to work. You're an offline consultant. You have to teach them how to succeed. You have to teach them new ways to capture more customers who spend more money more of the time. Okay? Common objection that I hear from people is, well, I don't want my own customers. I want new customers. Well, in the case of a restaurant, if that customer eats out 2 nights a week, Yes, you do want him. You want him to come to your place both nights instead of just one night. All right? Customer retention is huge. I have at the bottom of this slide, insert power sports story here. I have several power sports clients. They sell snowmobiles, motorcycles, ATVs, all that kind of stuff. And we set one of them up on an SMS campaign. I'm going to give you the Reader's Digest version here. And we put up the posters, and we put up the flyers, and we put up the table tents, and all that stuff. And over like the first 3-4 weeks of the campaign, they were just not signing up anybody. And they had a really good offer going, and they just weren't signing anybody up. I'm a customer, and I know the owner up there pretty well, and they were having an open house. So I said, Dan, I'm going to come up there. I'm going to eat hot dogs. I'm going to get fat, and I'm going to check out what's going on. We're going to see why this thing ain't working. Well, I just kind of hung out and watched the parts counter. I had 4 or 5 people behind the counter there serving a bunch of customers. They were really, really busy, right? But not a single one of their salespeople, not a single one of their customer service agents was saying, hey, don't forget to sign up for our text VIP list. We're giving away a $150 gift card. Okay? Well, I jumped behind the counter, and I started doing exactly that. And this is a failure on my part. I didn't teach them how to succeed. In that hour, hour and a half I spent behind the counter, I signed up more people than we had the entire previous 3-4 weeks on that SMS campaign. And from that moment forward, it was a success. Because I forgot to teach them how to succeed. I forgot to tell them, hey, you need to get your employees' heads wrapped around this, right? If you're dealing with a restaurant, you can set up a tabletop. You can set up signs on the doors that say, hey, you know, get our text-only specials, whatever your message is. And that'll do something. Or you can say, hey, Mr. Restaurant Owner, here's what I want to do. I want you to give one winner, I'm talking about the wait staff now, I want you to give one of your waitresses a $50 spiff. Whoever signs up the most people to your text list this week gets $50. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have the waitress, when she's handing the people the bill, say, text my name to this number to join our VIP list. And by offering that waitress that prize and getting that waitress to actively participate in signing people up to the list, your results will go through the roof. You have to teach them how to succeed. You need to learn to be the go-to guy or gal. But once you have success, you'll have that client forever. And you can pitch them on all of the related things that you can do, mobile web and YouTube and video and apps and all of these kinds of things that are related to the mobile space. But get them with SMS and then show them how you can grow their business with ancillary value-added products, okay? Put this up one more time here real quick. Text the keyword dominate to 612-200-0785.
I got a bunch of people hop back on that said their text finally went through, the ones that were having trouble. So.
All right, cool. Yeah, it was probably just a little backed up there.
Yeah. And what he just talked about as far as like getting the wait staff involved in this stuff, anybody that's been on webinars with me knows I do a lot with the restaurant, the bar, the service industry like that. That's what I know and I'm very good at. Tips like that are when people ask you what you do, I talk to a lot of people who they tell people I sell mobile websites or I sell SMS or I sell SEO. That it's not really a one-trick pony, but there's websites out there. If you're just going to say that, you're basically a website just selling services. It's the difference between being a business consultant and just selling arbitrary service. So you guys need to start wrapping your mind around that this year, that you're in there to help the company make more money. So what you're providing is irrelevant. It's the value you're bringing to the business. And that'll help you when you're talking to clients or prospective clients. So you're not just saying, oh, I'm a mobile website provider, yada, yada, yada. You lead in with, I'm a small business consultant, and we're going to get you started today with a mobile website. There's a shift there that in your mind opens you up to a lot more stuff and doesn't leave you pegged in one location.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. Oh boy, where am I? You guys want to see how I did this? Do you guys want to see how I got these clients? And what I did exactly?
If you
Yeah,
do, say
all right.
yes. We need some interaction. Come on, guys.
All right,
Couple
cool.
yeses.
Let me show
There
you
we go.
this. I'm going to open this guy up here. I'm going to do this pretty quick. And like I said, at the end of the call, I'm going to give you my $1,000 a day offline empire, WSO, which goes through everything I'm about to show you a little slower, okay? So I apologize if I'm moving fast, but I want to show you exactly what I did. One of those magazines that I showed you earlier, this is a page torn out of that magazine. Well, it's not. I went to one of the online PDFs. However, tearing pages out and scanning them in works just as well. And what I've done is I've opened it up in GIMP here. GIMP is a free graphics editor. It's kind of like Photoshop. You can get it for free if you just search gimp.org, okay? And what you're going to notice, this is a real estate ad from one of the magazines. There's a couple of things here that I want to point out. Number one, each one of these properties has an MLS number in it, okay? Has an MLS number, which is a unique identifier for each property. Now, with auto dealers, you'll find that most of the time, each car will have a stock number printed under it as well, okay? So what we can do is we can actually devise an SMS system that does a couple of things. What if we could have somebody text in this MLS number, right, to get more information about this house. We send them back more information about the house, but then we can also take their cell phone number and the MLS number and send it to the realtor and have our system make a phone call or send a text or an email or all three that says, hey, somebody with this cell phone number is looking at this property in this magazine right now. Give them a call. And that instant lead capture is so powerful. Now, I've done this, like I said, with realtors and auto dealers because it's just stupid easy to find them. But anything with a stock number, anything that requires instant lead capture, this would work with. Okay, so now I'm going to show you exactly what I do. And I apologize, this is going to be a lot like watching ice freeze for some people. But I'm going to blow through this because I get a lot of requests on it. So this is the ad. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually come into this ad and just modify it a little bit. Okay? And like I said, I've got some detailed instructions in the $1,000 a day that you guys will get at the end of the call. So I'm not going to step-by-step tell you exactly everything I'm doing as far as GIMP goes here, but you'll get the idea. All right, so what I'm doing here is I'm just taking their ad and I'm making a little bit of space for my message. Whoops, I forgot to anchor that layer. Let's try this again. And it doesn't matter. I get a lot of people saying, well, I'm not good with graphics. The graphics aren't going to look that good. It doesn't matter. For what you're trying to do, it absolutely doesn't matter, okay? Because all you're trying to do is illustrate to the potential customer what you can do, if that makes sense. So it doesn't really matter if your graphics suck or if you don't really know what you're doing, because you're going to be able to get the point across here. And that's all you're looking to do, is get your point across. All right, so now, I mean, we're halfway there already. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my text tool and I'm going to pick my favorite font. Typically before I did that, I would match some colors here. So I'm going to get back to their background. I want to grab that blue and let's grab that red and we'll call that good. And now with my text tool, I'm going to say, oh, it's way over there. No wonder. And let's see, where am I? Move that. All right, let me do this, and move this guy up here, do some of this. All right, and close that. We'll center this. You guys can't see the GoToWebinar screen control panel, but it no matter where you put it, I don't know why it seems to be just me, but no matter where you put it, it's in the way. And did I forget? Tour on your mobile device. Yeah, so let me shrink this down a little bit more. Bring this guy back up. So all I'm doing here is adding this text. And then we can come in here and we can put some highlights in it, right? Add a new layer here. And let's grab a calligraphy brush. That looks pretty good.
I noticed it too, but the chat box is blown up. Tour spelled T-O-U-R, not T-O-U.
All right. Everybody will just have to get over it on the call.
That's what I was going to tell them, the same thing.
Yeah, right. I mean, I understand, and I'm moving, like I said, I'm moving pretty quick here, but just for you whiners on the call there, we're going to fix it like that.
Woohoo!
And then, I would typically come in here and do an alpha to selection, and a select, grow by a pixel, and grab my highlight and go edit and clear and select none, and I would save it. Okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this image alongside of the stock one. So let me save as. Right? So now I can come into my folder and I can open both of these up in Paint. Okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot a video explaining to them what I do. I'm going to point out that we notice that you have a QR code in your ads, so you completely understand how powerful mobile marketing is. We're going to explain that we specialize in helping realtors just like you maximize the effectiveness of their existing print advertising by turning it into customer interactive, high-gravity ad space. By integrating with your existing MLS numbers, we can turn every single column inch of dead print into high-gravity customer interactive ad space. And I'm going to shoot a video. And there's plenty of examples inside of the $1,000 a day offline empire that you guys can see. So I'm not going to show you one of those. My typical prospecting video is going to be about 4.5 minutes long. Now what's really cool about this is you can outsource this whole thing. You can shoot your video, you can do one voiceover where you record your script, and basically what you're doing is you're changing screens halfway through the video, right? Because this is how you're going to start your video, and at some point in time you're going to grab your drawing tools and you're going to change, you're going to change to this guy and explain this to him so you can draw right on here as you're shooting your screen cap video. And then just email these videos out. Now I've had a couple of them where I really wanted the client. I couldn't get through by email, so I actually burned my video to a DVD and put it in a FedEx envelope and sent it off. But this is extremely powerful, you guys. Instant lead capture. Works with their existing advertising. And makes their existing advertising better. Okay?
This is very easy to, like he said, burn a DVD and flip it over to through FedEx. What he showed right here, like creating these right here, just doing this right here, for me, that's enough. This is what I plan on doing this year, and I'll talk about this later on when I'm giving away to everybody. This is very easy, and instead of shooting the video and waiting for it to render and all this stuff, I've got a method to turn this into a direct mail campaign where all you got to do is change these, print these out, do a few minor tweaks that take about 30 seconds, drop them in the mail, and you don't have to worry about email, you don't have to worry about anything. But this right here, this method is amazing.
And I've had others tell me, now I've had good success with video, and I'm a if it's not broke, don't fix it kind of guy, but I've had other people that use this method tell me what they're doing is they're printing that page out and actually mailing it, and it works phenomenally well.
Oh yeah, that's already in my game plans.
Right. Well, because what's going to happen? People are going to get it. They're going to open the envelope. They're going to look, and at first they're going to say, "Why is this guy sending me my own ad?" Well, then they're going to look a little harder, and they're going to see that you modified it. It's an attention getter.
Absolutely.
And if you do this right, and you set up this prospecting right where this phone number is live. I got nothing but 5s in here, but this is live, and you set this up in a campaign. And in the letter that you put with this page in the envelope, or in the email, or in the video, you tell them, go ahead, check it out. Text this MLS number to this phone number right now and see if you like it. Well, what's going to happen?
You're going to get their phone number.
You're going to get their phone number. You're going to capture their lead and call them immediately and say, hey, I see you just tested out my system. What do you think? And boom, the light bulb is going to come on for them. They're going to realize how extremely powerful that method is instantly.
This stuff gives me goosebumps.
Yeah, man, it's just awesome. It's awesome. Like I said, anything that requires instant lead capture, this is good for. I made my mark with realtors and auto dealers, but there's so much untapped space out there that you could do whatever you want. You could do whatever you want with it, and you can do whatever you want with a text message. I mean, that's the reality, There isn't a business on the face of this earth that can't benefit from this. I happen to see, we have, I have one guy that bought my $1,000 a day WSO, and he's working with nothing but marinas, which is interesting as well, because a lot of these marinas got $500,000 boats for sale. I've seen farm equipment trader magazines. I've seen construction equipment trader magazines. Anything like that, you can use this with.
Doug just said, this is totally awesome. Just pulled the junk mail I tossed this morning out of the trash. And I'm like you, Dave. I love junk mail. I love getting it, looking at it, and I've sent so much junk mail back to them and got clients that way. It's amazing. Because the thing about junk mail is these people are actually, just because you got something in your mail, you're like, oh, this is junk. It's a lead to a person who's trying everything they can think of to get more clients. It's a red-hot lead. If they're willing to do a 5,000-person mail drop, their only goal is to get more clients. So these people are very sensitive to the need to spend money to make more money, and they are red-hot leads, as long as you turn it around and approach it correctly.
Exactly. You're exactly right. And it's, I mean, I just can't express enough how powerful it is and how ridiculously inexpensive it is. Everybody in that magazine is paying hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to be listed in that magazine. You're going to show them something that can increase the effectiveness of that $1,000 worth of ad space tenfold, and it's going to cost them 1/10 of what they're paying for the existing print ad space. I mean, it's just it's super powerful, and it's super effective, right? Now, once you've got them on the list, think of all the things we can do with that list for any kind of business. We can run a viral campaign, right, where we can get them, maybe not for realtors, but we can get them to tell their friends about the great pizza they just had. We can take a survey. We can play text trivia for prizes. We can co-op with businesses. For instance, let's say we've got a business over here that puts tons and tons of people on a list, but they don't really have a great offer. No, we got a business over here that has a phenomenal offer, but they don't have a good draw to put people on a list. So we take the movie theater, who can build the big list, and we pair them up with the pizza place. And we split the advertising on one list, and we offer date night, where they get this pizza and 2 tickets to a movie and whatever the case may be. With all of the proper tools, you can do those kinds of things with a text message. Okay?
It's basically joint ventures for the offline world.
Exactly. Exactly. So back to my
Okay.
earlier slides, that's what I was trying to get to. I was trying to get to one place where I could put all of my lists, where I could make it do everything that I wanted. Nothing existed. To this day, nothing exists that rivals the system that we've built over the last 14 months, okay? I'm going to show you this here. First of all, what do you guys think? You guys think I've delivered some good stuff? What does everybody think? And I don't have the question box, so I can't see. Was that good stuff? Do you guys think you can do some damage with that tomorrow? Because that's the key. Doesn't matter how good it is. If you're not going to make use of it tomorrow, then it's worthless. Then it's worthless. Is there any questions about that, about what I just laid out before we move on?
I got one question that popped up a few times over there.
All right.
Let's say you're using a realtor, and they're texting in to the MLS number. Now, would you charge them way more than like 3 or 4 cents a message? Wouldn't you on that?
Yeah, I actually, and I've got complete pricing guides of what I'm charging in the $1,000 a day. But yeah, I get that question a lot, and on a realtor, a typical realtor, because you're not going to have a ton of text messages moving through for a realtor, right? So I'm going to flat rate that campaign. You know, I'm going to try and target about $125 a month per realtor, and then if I wind up making videos for them, because the reality is, once it's set up, it's set up. A realtor's inventory doesn't change very often. It doesn't change extremely frequently, so it's not like there's a ton of monthly upkeep. Now, with an auto dealer, where their inventory is being rotated over time and time and time and time and time again, that's you got to charge more for that, because it's going to take more of your time to continually get rid of the stuff that's sold and upload the new stuff that just hit the lot. You know? Yeah. So, but I flat rate everything, and for realtors, I'm targeting about $1.25. For most auto dealers, I'm targeting about double that.
Okay.
What else?
Do we have to have our own website to use promoting this? I'm not sure. Do you sign people up for your SMS clientship, or put things in perspective? Go ahead.
Yeah, you go ahead, Adam.
Okay. To put things in perspective, I don't know if you're talking about like exactly this system and have it upload somewhere, or just to get clients to prospect. To this day, I have, right now, I think like 76 clients that are paying me every month. I've shut down my taking on clients because I'm overwhelmed and have to get some systems in place. I still, to this day, do not have a website set up selling my services.
No, and I don't either.
Exactly. You're talking to two very successful guys here. We don't have websites up for what we sell.
And I would highly recommend that you put something up, but don't put a website up. Put a squeeze page up. Take your marketing knowledge and put a squeeze page up. All you want to do is capture the lead. You don't care about anything else. There's no point in putting 20 pages of gorgeous, fluffy WordPress interactive site up if it doesn't capture the lead. Put a squeeze page up. Give me your name and email, and let me send you my free white paper on how SMS can change your business forever. Okay? That's how I would play it. Any other questions? Otherwise, I'm gonna show everybody this. Now I'm gonna save this.
There's a few, but I think a lot are gonna get answered on what you're going into now. So I'll keep track of these. We'll cover these at the end.
All right, cool. And I'll stick around. We can answer as many questions as you know, at the end here if we miss anything. What you're looking at on the screen is my Wrecking Ball SMS system. Now this is version 5. We started developing this in November of 2012, and we finally released a version 1 out of beta in April. We're on version 5 now and about to go to version 6. And this does all of the things I was just talking about. We can set up regular campaigns. I've been logged in too long. When I say regular, I want to show you this real quick because I want to show you how powerful our system is. A typical regular campaign, somebody's going to text a keyword, they're going to get an answer, right? Whatever that answer may be. With our system, we can have them reply with name. We can have them reply with email. We can turn on double opt-in and turn it off. We can split test an outgoing message. We have a true autoresponder where you can enter as many as you want, and they're based on the subscription day. Now, what's really cool about our system is once an autoresponder message is triggered, instead of being buried in the system someplace where you cannot get at it, and now my mouse is dying, that's great, ours actually posts to a calendar. So we can come in here and edit each single individual event. We can also create new events right from the calendar, okay? We have a loyalty campaign. This is your keyword of the day style campaign that's going to replace your punch card. So every 5th sandwich is free, or every 10th sandwich is free, or every 5th car wash. We have a viral campaign. We've actually applied for a patent on this, and this is showing up really bad. My guy Eric's, this is our testing and webinar account, and he's been playing with CSS in here. So there should be a white background here, but there's not right at the moment. I want you guys to close your eyes for just a second and listen to what I'm about to tell you. With this viral campaign, let's say you order a pizza. Pizza guy shows up at your house. Here's your pizza, sir. Oh, and by the way, hey, would you like to get 20% off your next pizza? Text pizza to 555-555-555-555. So you text in, you get back a discount coupon, and a minute later, you get another text that says, hey, would you like your next pizza for free? Share this offer with 10 of your friends and get your next pizza for free. Text share to get started. So you text in share. You get a text back with a unique code that you send to your buddies. When 10, 20, 50 of them, or whatever the case may be, text that code in to get their 20% off their pizza, you earn that reward and get 100%. You get a free pizza. We're the only SMS system out there that has a true viral campaign. We tested this after we developed it with a local pizza place here in my hometown. Just one store, one out of a franchise of 13. And we put 680 people on a list in a single Friday night. That's the kind of power I wanted in an SMS system. Sorry about that, guys. We have surveys in here where we can add surveys and trivias and keep score and collect custom answers. The lead notification campaign. This is the campaign style that we were just looking at. Here you can see, here's the office text message and email that would go out. Somebody with the phone number is a new lead. Call them. Now we can also put keyword percent in here and tell them exactly what property people were looking at. Okay? We can choose one winning number from our master list, our sub list, or any of our lists. We do polling. I showed you the scheduler. We have an SMS sender in here. So we can come in, you can enter a text message and click send and choose the list you want to send it to. You can also send an MP3 and make a phone call. You can also make a phone call and read this in a robo-voice. We've got complete list management, SMS reporting, call reporting, web form reporting. Okay? Yes, we have a web form builder that allows you to build web forms that you can put on your WordPress site or wherever to capture phone numbers. We have a phone flow system in here that nobody else has. You can create multi-tiered phone calls. So when somebody calls the number, right? When somebody calls the number, you can subscribe them to your SMS list, send them a text message, send the office an email, ask them, press 1 for this, press 2 for this, press 3 for this. When they press 3, you can route them over to sales, send them another text message. You can record the call. You can use a whisper function. So when the realtor picks up the phone, they hear a recorded message that says, you're about to get a new lead from XYZ Marketing. Please hold on. Okay? We have a place where you can upload resources. Why is that important? Well, I forgot to mention it. The Wrecking Ball SMS system is completely brandable and white label. You upload your logo. It installs on your server. You control the look, the feel, the colors, the text colors, all of that stuff. We have onboard training, but we've even set the training link so you can direct it instead of to our members area, you can set it to direct to your own website. And inside of our members area, all of our training videos are white label and downloadable so you can put them on your own site. Here's where you look at all of your clients. Here's where you can log into all of your different client accounts, right? So I can log into this client instead of being logged in as the admin. We can control everything. The system does complete auto billing. You set people up on packages, it will bill them every month. It tracks their credits. When they're running low on credits, it sends email notifications to everybody before it shuts them off and allows you to come in and just add credits to their account. Maybe this month they just need to get an extra 200 credits, but they don't need to upgrade from their 1,000 credit a month package, so we can just add 200 credits in here. We're marketers that built an SMS system, not the other way around. Okay? Now, currently, oh, and I forgot so much. Hang on a second. Let me just pop this guy up. Let me just pop this up. This is the mobile admin. Okay? Now, you can give each one of your clients their own branded, customized mobile admin to the SMS system, because there will be times when the pizza place balled up too much medium dough on a Tuesday night and they need to get in and just send a blast out, or they need to see who the winners of the contest were, or they need to pick a winner and you're not around. Complete branded mobile admin. We can control in the packages what every client sees. We can decide if we want to turn on or off the lead notice, the phone system. All of these things are completely settable on a client-by-client, package-by-package basis. Here you can see if I come in and just edit one of these packages, we can control the look of the buttons because we can put these sign-up buttons any place on the internet, on our website. We can turn off or on all the tools. In the mobile controls, we can decide which buttons that they're going to see. We don't have to give them access. It's completely white label and brandable. Installs on your server. Now, we will host it for you and auto-install the system for you on cPanel hosting if you want. But the only reason we do that is because some people have trouble with the installation. Or you can download it and install it yourself. It's a very easy installation. Now, here's something important. This is the reason we're doing this webinar today, okay? This is our Wrecking Ball version 5. Like I said, we released version 1 in April. We are now on version 5. So you can see we're constantly adding to it. We're constantly modifying it. We listen to our customers. This is all we do. I have a very dedicated team of developers, 6 of them, that do nothing but this software. We have a dedicated support staff that does nothing but this software. This is our version 6. Now, this one's branded for us. This is what version 6 looks like. And everybody who owns Wrecking Ball at the time of the version 6 launch is getting this guy. I'm going to be completely honest with you. We learned a handful of things developing this version. There's things we wanted to do that we just can't because of the way it was coded, and we didn't know that we would want to do these things later. So about 6 months ago, we started coding version 6 from scratch, and that's exactly what we've done. Version 6, which is about to be released in beta on the 15th of this month, does all of the things I just showed you, plus so much more. Version 6 allows us to set campaign triggers. It's substantially more intuitive and will tell you what tasks are completed and what aren't as you step your way through a campaign. Version 6 has a drag and drop interface, so you can restyle this interface to suit your needs. It has complete list reporting, importing and exporting of every database. Version 5's got campaign imports and exports and list imports and exports. This allows you to import and export virtually any component of the system. We do complete logic operations. We can decide from within version 6 whether to forward a campaign. We can add as many autoresponders as we want. They have inline editing ability, and we have logic keywords. So if somebody texts in the keyword bird, we can decide what campaign to start, what campaign to end, what list to keep them on, or what lists to keep them on. Okay? This is going to have all of the tutorials built right into each campaign function. Like the version 5, it is completely white label and completely brandable. Okay? This is an incredible system. There's nothing else like it that exists in the mobile space, guys.
There's nothing close to this.
There's nothing close to it. I see for what my question box just popped open.
Yeah.
Anthony says this is sounding expensive.
Okay, guys, right now let's do a little something. I'm sorry, Dave, for cutting in
Yeah,
here.
you go.
How much do you guys think this will cost? How much would you pay for a system like this? What do you guys think? Let's get your numbers in here. $397, $297, $300, $100, $200, $250, $297 a month, $497 a month, $300. All right, I like seeing those big numbers. All right, guys, this is going to be fun.
And that's the truth. This system's worth every dime of it.
Oh, yeah.
I just acquired a little side note here. This is an interesting story that kind of dovetails into this.
Firstborn.
I'm an engineer by trade. A partner and myself, we just bought an engineering and laser cutting company that we're about to take possession of. And it required a couple of new pieces of software. It required Job Boss, which is our shop management, and I had to pick up another seat of SolidWorks, which is engineering software that we use. And we just spent $27,000 on software. $27,000 on software. Okay? And it's not even running yet. I got a receipt. That's all I got. That's pretty normal in the real business world. I personally am a reseller for several white label packages that cost $300 a month. It's not uncommon. And a system as robust as ours demands that kind of a price. This is what I'm going to do. Okay? First of all, we have new success stories every single day with the Wrecking Ball system. We have people that have signed up Domino's on a regional level, Amco Transmissions, Baskin-Robbins. We have a gentleman having conversations with NASCAR to do all of their SMS promotions for 2013. We literally get a new success story every single day. It comes with all of the bonuses. You guys are going to get the $1,000 a day offline Empire and miniature version of the software just for being on the call today, because I told you I would do that. However, it also, I'm going to throw in the offline success puzzle. We've got a complete members community, including an extremely active members forum. We probably have the best SMS forum on the planet, okay? We've got every single piece of prospecting information you could ever want inside. Postcards, PowerPoints, flyers, all of the marketing material that you could ever need, we've got it in here, okay? Because we built it for ourselves. Now, I got to exit out of this. I'm also going to throw in anybody that picks up the software today. I'm going to throw in a copy of our Magic Box software. Now,
Awesome.
I showed you guys people lined up to enter their cell phone number. This is possibly one of the most powerful pieces of software we've ever developed. It runs on any tablet, and what you can see here is it's actually mounted in a clear plastic box. If I come back to, let me get back to one of these slides real quick. Let's see, how do I do this?
Don't ask me. I have no clue.
Yeah, usually there's a, oh, there we go. I was going to say, usually there's a window over here that I can do this with. Let me pull this guy up. What you're seeing in this picture is a video game locked inside of this clear box.
I still see the pile of bonuses screen.
Oh, how about now?
There we go.
All right. Sorry about that. What you're seeing here is a video game locked inside of a clear plastic box. People enter their cell phone number. You can also capture name and email, and we integrate, I forgot to tell you about that too, with the Wrecking Ball SMS system. We also integrate with 4 autoresponders on email capture. So you can say, hey, please text back your email, and automatically add them to your autoresponder. We're with AWeber, GetResponse, Constant Contact, and iContact right now, and more coming soon. And what's happening here is people text in their number, and they're sent back a code. And we've got a push-button padlock on this guy. So then they punch that code into the padlock to see if it opens up and if they've won. All right? So that's what the Magic Box software is all about. Here you can see we've got it set up with a sports jersey inside. This was a campaign that we ran at a movie theater. So everybody that buys today is going to get that Magic Box software. All right? I'm just going to throw that in as a bonus. And now I've lost my power. It is. It's one of the most unbelievable things I've ever seen. When you see it, people lined up at the mall, it'll change the way you think about some things, okay? We've also got a brand new short code available. 69696. Every single keyword is in fact available on the short code. Starting tomorrow, I think it is. Tomorrow's Friday. Tomorrow, yeah. The popular keywords that we know people are going to want, pizza, beer, tires, we're auctioning them off. We're going to let the market dictate the price. And that begins tomorrow, okay? Now, a week from tomorrow, we are, in fact, tripling the price of the Wrecking Ball SMS system. But if you jump into... Go ahead.
He's not kidding. He was upping the price on January 1st. I made him hold the price just for this webinar.
That's the God's honest truth, you guys. Because Adam and I are good friends, and I work well with Adam and Lee, they asked me to hold the price so we could get through one more webinar. I agreed to do that. But we are tripling the price of the system to coincide with the version 6 beta release. All right? So how much is it? That's what everybody wants to know. How much is it, right? Well, if you grab it before next Friday, it's $47 a month.
That price still makes me laugh.
Well, it makes me cry a little sometimes.
I bet it does.
So now, this does not include the shortcode access. If you want access to the 69696 shortcode, that's an additional $27 a month. And you can get all of it at dominate.wreckingballsms.com. Okay? And you can pick up your free WSO as well over at dominate.wreckingballsms.com. So,
and to get everything he talked about, including the Magic Box, you guys have to get through that link. So I'm going to type it down here in the question or the chat box for everybody.
Yeah.
Maybe if I can figure out how to type it.
Should we give one away?
Oh, yeah, let's give one away.
Is there anybody on the call that would like to win a free lifetime copy of the Wrecking Ball system?
You're not going to win. I already paid Dave to pick my number.
Yeah, sorry, guys. We have sold this system in the past for $700 one-time payment, and we did pretty well with it. So what I'm about to give away truly does have a value in excess of $500, and I'm going to use the system to do it here.
This is awesome. I like seeing stuff work on a webinar.
Yeah, so this is the way this works. Remember I talked about 3-tier list building? Now I'm logged in as admin. So I can see all 3 tiers. So this would be each individual customer, this would be my client, and this would be all of my clients' lists. But to pick one winning number, it's as easy as picking the list I want and clicking Generate Number. 954-309-5 4751. Who is that? 954-309-4751.
Robert Krentz, you put your name in there. Does that mean that's you?
Is that you, Robert?
All right. Robert Krentz is the big winner.
Robert, please put your email address in the question box. Oh, look at, he's already got it in there.
He's already on it.
He's waiting. Give me the damn thing. He's all. That's awesome, Robert. Welcome aboard, sir. Welcome aboard. I will give you lifetime access. Never, ever going to have to pay a dime for the Wrecking Ball system. We're going to get you hooked up, and I will send you an email with all of those details.
I grabbed the email for you.
Excellent. Dominate.wreckingballsms.com. That's where you can go to grab it. That's where you can go to grab your free copy of the offline, the $1,000 day offline Empire. Bundled with that software, bundled with that WSO, I've also got a miniature version of the Wrecking Ball SMS software that does only the lead capture method that I spelled out on this webinar. But that's enough for any of you to go get started. So maybe you don't have the money right now. Maybe you don't think the Wrecking Ball system, you don't need it. Cool. I totally get it. Go out and make some money first with the free software. However, we are going up to well over $100 1 week from tomorrow per month on the Wrecking Ball SMS system. So if you're interested, we do offer a free 30-day trial, 30-day refund period. I would highly recommend you pick it up. If you go through it and you just can't figure it out, you just can't make any money, which is extremely unlikely.
Dave.
Yeah.
The Dominate.wrecking with the Dominate link.
Yeah.
Goes to, have you tested that out?
Yeah.
There's no buy button for me. Maybe I misspelled it when I put it in there.
Maybe I did.
Maybe one of us did.
Maybe we both did.
Maybe I need to capitalize that. Let me try some things here.
Dominate.wreckingballsms.com. I was sure. I tested it. I know it worked. Maybe we just melted the server down because everybody else is just jumping over there. Yeah, it's working for me, dude. Yeah, it's working.
Okay, now I went back to it again, and it's working.
Yeah, try it.
You can see where it's going to redirect to wreckingballsms.com V6, but you got to go through that link to get the bonuses he offered here.
Yeah, to get the bonuses. I'm also going to give away everybody that pops over to wreckingball.sms or dominate.wreckingballsms.com and picks up between now and Wednesday of next week. January 15th, I'm starting an intensive 30-day SMS challenge where we are going to take you from start to finish over the course of a month. We're going to give you everything you need to succeed with SMS, step by step, A through Z. And if you guys pick up the Wrecking Ball SMS system, you'll also get access to that SMS challenge as well.
Okay, a lot of people are saying still no buy button. Give it time and keep hitting refresh. We got a lot of people on this call, and it's probably getting pounded. Has anybody got in there and bought and had it worked yet? If you have, type in yes, or I got it to work.
Yeah, we might be having like a JV Zoom meltdown here.
The link above tells us webinar is not posted. No buy button, still no buy button.
God, I just looked and it was working fine. It's right here.
I looked the first time and then it didn't work. Didn't work the first time. There was no buy button. So let me do this. Let's go capital D dominate. Let's see what happens. See, in the first time I went there was no buy button. The second time there was. The third time there's not. All right, guys, you got to keep trying because there's a ton of people on this webinar and it's getting hammered right now.
Yeah, I don't understand what's going on.
People keep saying Firefox works.
Tell them to use. I'm on Chrome, and it's working for me in Chrome.
If you guys have Chrome work, Firefox has been hit and miss for me. Oh, you love these webinars.
I do. It seems like this happens more and more and more often. You know, I'm not sure whose systems are failing, but yeah, we tested it. The $1,000 a day WSO is down here at the bottom of the page, guys. Not working for me in Firefox or Internet Explorer.
Yeah,
And you're
1 out of 4 times it's worked for me. Here,
we broke the internet.
Let me watch. Let me take the presenter back and let me show you something real quick.
Yeah, yeah. Show me on your.
Here we are. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, it's just coming up now.
Dominate.wreckingballsms.com. Click go. My internet runs slow when I got a webinar going. And that's what happens. Like I said, it didn't work the first time, worked the second, and showed up, but every time I pulled Chrome.
This is my fault. This is a cookie issue. Shoot. Everybody hang on for a second. I know what I did.
Right, guys.
I know what I did. I'm sorry. I know exactly what I did. I got a new plugin installed on this WordPress site, and it's a timed reveal thing that I was testing site-wide, and because I'm cookied already, when I tested it, it didn't show up. That's exactly what's going on. I'm sorry.
Was the time
just
delay
logged
the
in.
buy button for the webinar?
No, I put in a time delay on a replay on another page on the site, but it's a site-wide thing. Hit the refresh button.
As you can see, this is not a recorded call.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no doubt.
This would not be the recorded call we'd work.
We are as live gets here, folks.
All right, it's working now.
There we go. There we go. So,
well, something he said earlier I wanted to touch on. I know some people were like, I want to get started with SMS in a month from now or 2 months from now. If you're thinking about a month or 2 months from now, you know you're going to do SMS, locking this in at $47 a month now compared to the $127 or $137 in 15 days will be, because the price, excuse me, I got the hiccups. The price is going up. When I talked to Dave, we tried to schedule this before the new year, but there's too much going on. So I literally had to ask him, and he was nice enough to hold this offer over for you guys. But this offer is going up, so if you're not going to get started with SMS tomorrow, which you should be, but if you're not, and you know this is a system for you, and I can tell you I looked at everything else out there on the market, nothing compares to this, go ahead and pick it up now, because if you wait a month to pick it up, you're going to be paying 3 times the price.
yeah, and I saw in the question box, you know, I do have a headline on this page that says before we double the price, I just said triple the price. The reality is the price is probably going up about 2.6 times. We think we're going to 127 a month is the reality, but we're still debating on what's going to get packaged in that price. So it's going up to a minimum of $97 a month and may go to 147, but I think it's going to 127. So,
okay, a couple questions coming in here.
You bet.
How many messages a month for $47? 0.
Correct.
This is the system you buy the credits from Twilio yourself, and then you resell them to your clients at a higher price.
Correct. And cost per message, a phone number is $1 a month, and text credits at Twilio are 1 penny per month. Now, if you scroll down just a little bit, Adam, on the screen you've got up, and the short code system, that is a little bit different, okay? So the system connects with your Twilio account, and you get phone numbers and Twilio credits at cost. If you buy into the short code system, then those credits have to go through us. And depending on the volume of credits you buy, they're going to be anywhere between 2 and 4 cents per text. So,
yeah, somebody says Twilio where to get the pricing. What he's saying is if you don't take up the short code offer, the regular uses the long phone numbers, which is what I like to use anyway, you get Dave makes $0 on every Twilio credit you buy. You're just buying it from Twilio for cost, and they get integrated into his system.
Correct. Correct.
And
And I know there's a couple of people on the call that already have the Wrecking Ball SMS system. Yes, I will honor these bonuses for you. Just hit us up at the support link from within the members area, and I will honor these bonuses. Anybody that knows us, you know, there's probably people on this call that bought the original beta version for a one-time fee of $87 over a year ago. Everybody that buys in is grandfathered at this price. I have never raised a price. I have never tried to bump anybody. I have honored every price point it has ever been sold at. It's been rising all year long. But
and that's another thing. Like people, me and Lee bring on these calls for you guys. We get a lot of requests for to do webinars with different people, and most of them we say no to. The people we bring on these webinars and allow training to go to you guys and make offers to you guys, you can hit up our support and we'll take care of it if their support falls down, which with Dave you'll have no problem. But anybody that we bring on these calls, we're putting our reputation online, so yeah. We don't hand you guys over to people all willy-nilly.
yeah, and I see a couple of questions if I could cover. Can I have the screen back for just a second, Adam?
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot about that.
That's okay.
I saw
a couple of questions, people asking me to recap the bonuses. So I'm just going to do that real quick. Everybody that's on the call tonight is going to get the $1,000 a day Offline Empire WSO and my free miniature software to run that offer. You can get that at dominate.wreckingballsms.com. Okay, there's a link at the bottom of the page. I'm also going to throw, for everybody who buys, I'm going to throw in a copy of my Offline Success Puzzle, which is offline marketing for affiliate marketing. We've got, obviously, our complete members area, which is going to include lifetime access to our members forum, which is probably the best SMS forum on the planet. Uber successful people trolling this forum, all centered around SMS. We've got every single piece of graphics and literature and resource, PowerPoints, postcards, business cards, flyers, everything that you could ever want, okay? I'm also going to throw in a copy of our Magic Box software that runs on any tablet. Now, you don't have to use the you don't have to use the box, right? You can have the waitress walk around with the tablet, or you can mount the tablet on the counter and, you know, put a virtual gift somewhere behind the counter or whatever. But I'm also going to throw in a copy of the Magic Box software. And I'm also going to throw in a ticket to my 30-day SMS challenge, which starts January 15th, we think. The date hasn't quite been firmed up yet, but starts right around the middle of January. And that's going to be an intensive 30-day SMS coaching where we take you through every single campaign in the Wrecking Ball system. We're going to set the campaigns up for you. We're going to give you the prospecting materials. We're going to tell you exactly how to approach these clients. And we're going to make sure everybody in that SMS challenge lands their first client for SMS, or hopefully their 10th client if they're already doing a little SMS. But that's what we're going to throw in for everybody that buys through the Dominate link here, this webinar link. So if you pick it up through dominate.wreckingballsms.com, then once you're in the members area, just open a support ticket and say, send me my Adam and Lee bonuses, and we will get you hooked up with those, okay? The Magic Box software is not available anywhere right now outside of my exclusive mastermind group. You cannot buy it. It is not for sale, but I'm going to give it away as part of the bonus package to go with the Wrecking Ball SMS system. So
okay,
you pick that up
real quick, like what I just keep seeing stuff pop in here. What countries this works for?
Right now, it's UK, US, and Canada only. The short code is US only. Now, there's a lot of controversy about what I'm about to say. Twilio has been telling us that they are going to be in several other countries, and from what we can see, they're obviously making strides in that direction, such as Australia. And they are supposed to have a big announcement coming this week still. Right now, it's those 3 countries only. However, I strongly feel that it's going to be Australia and most of Europe within the next month or so. This is what I'm willing to do for people outside of the US, UK, and Canada. If you join today for the $47 a month. You'll be grandfathered in at that $47 a month. If you wait a week, it's going to cost you a minimum of $97 a month. Like I said, could be $150 a month. But what I'll do for everybody, if you're in Australia, pick this guy up today. Even if you, let's say you wait 3 months and Twilio still hasn't come to Australia and now you're outside of the 30-day refund policy, I will give you every dime of your money back if for some reason Twilio does not come through with the country you're in. So we have a handful of people in Australia that are patiently waiting it out, that have been waiting a couple of months now. I wish it was in my control. I wish there was something I could do about it. Australia is a huge market for us, so we want it as bad as you do. But unfortunately, we're just in a hurry up and wait situation. There's nothing I can do. However, I can promise you, if you decide to buy and wait for it, if for some reason it doesn't happen, I will give you back every dime that you paid for this system. But I can't hold the $47 price point. It just wouldn't be fair to everybody else.
Yeah, so you guys, even like I said before, the people who are thinking about they want to do this in a month or two, you still need to get it now at this price. You're going to pay a lot more. And what he said right there covers everybody in Australia. Rick Stewart's on here, says he's been paying since July waiting for Australia, but he doesn't want to stop paying because he knows it's coming.
Yeah,
Rick,
well,
it should be coming.
And Rick, we're going to find a way to take care of you and balance all that out because we appreciate that. You know, there's nobody. Very few people. I don't want to say nobody, but very few people care about customer service like I do, and like I insist that my team does. And people that are loyal to us, we're going to be loyal to them. You know, one of the other things that I want to bring up here too is, you know, you're not just buying an SMS system here. You're really buying into an SMS culture. I think you'll find that I'm about the most accessible marketer on the planet. Most people that have my Wrecking Ball system have my cell phone number and have me on Skype, and I won't do it any other way. I will help anybody that's willing to help themselves. I want to see everybody succeed, right? So if you're willing to put the work in, I got no problem getting on Skype with you for a half hour and helping you brainstorm something or helping you dial in a campaign. As long as you're willing to try, I'll help you. And that's my promise and my commitment that I make to every Wrecking Ball customer. The reality, we could have taken this to the Warrior Forum and sold 1,000 copies or 2,000 copies very easily. I've never done that. As a matter of fact, I've never ever sold the system publicly. I've only allowed very few select people to hold webinars for me that are in similar and related niches, or you know, that have a real strong dedicated following of action takers. My goal here is not to put 20,000 people on my system. My goal is to put 700 or 800 action takers on my system. So this is yeah, I'm sorry, I'm kind of on an offshoot.
No, you're fine.
This is another classic example. The version 6 here, we built this for ourselves. We built it for ourselves to go compete nationally against, you know, Trumpia and some of the larger players in the space. We decided that it wouldn't be fair to our Wrecking Ball customers for us to compete against them. So we didn't. Instead, we built this for ourselves to the tune of about $70,000 worth of development. And we are, in fact, giving it away to everybody that owns the Wrecking Ball system, including the people that bought in the very early beta for a $70 one-time payment. They're getting this version 6. So we take care of our own.
A couple of questions popped up. The short code, if that's confusing you, don't sign up for the short code. It's just a different option and different way you can go. I probably won't use the short code. The reason is when it comes to sending text messages, people are now getting to the point where they see a short code text message is not getting read because they know it's from an advertiser. So don't worry about the short code. You can buy the $47 a month, and the short code has nothing to do with it.
And we can get you in on the short code later. I agree. 95% of you on this call don't need that short code access. A regular long code, a regular phone number is going to have a higher open rate and is going to perform better. There's a handful of very select situations where you need a short code. If you're doing radio, TV, or billboard, if you're working with a large big box retailer that's going to have a list of, 10,000 people, the short code's faster to get the message out. But if you're talking about regular local clients that have lists of up to 2,000-3,000 people, you're never going to have a problem with the long code, and you don't need the short code, and that's just the God's honest truth.
All right, for Terry and Carol, I'm going to drop my email in here. Just email me, and I will look into see something on PayPal's end, and I will get that taken care of for you after the call. We don't have time to diagnose PayPal right here.
PayPal issues?
Something about linking a credit card or something.
Yeah, we get those too, and
yeah, we can handle those off the call. There's no use dragging everybody through that mud. Explain why the new short code is important. Why we want to upgrade to 27. Amy, like I said, most people here are going to use this for local mom and pop shops, small businesses. What he just said is basically if you're doing a nationwide campaign, so say you do a Super Bowl halftime ad and you add 2 million people to your text messaging list, the short code will speed it up. For most people on this call, the short code's not important. If you want to get signed up for that, go for it. Absolutely, it's worth the money. Because somebody else posted on here, they just went to Twilio and it cost $3,000 for a short code plus 5 cents a message or something like that, which is a very reasonable price in the marketplace today. So don't worry about the short code if that's your hang-up. Just get hopped in on the $47 per month, and you can look at the short code down the road.
Yeah, and that's great advice. I mean, we're keeping the short code. It's not going to be extremely diluted. So I mean, if you have a need for it 3 months from now, we'll be able to get you in there.
Do you need a phone number for each client? Yeah, every business you sign up, you're going to need a new phone number for them. And that will run you the grand total of $1 per month.
Right.
And you can manage all this inside the system. You get it with Twilio, then you integrate it with the system, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Can this system allow you to pick up and track phone numbers for other uses such as lead gen? And yeah, this can be used for lead gen the same exact way.
Yep. Yeah, our phone system within the Wrecking Ball platform is extremely robust. It's one of the best phone forwarders and phone tracking softwares on the market. It does anything you could ever want to do, including recording those incoming calls.
Yeah, can you use any keyword on the phone number? When you get a phone number, like a regular phone number, 314-555-5555, you have every keyword under the sun available for you on that. The reason some of these, like pizza, go for very big money is because it's pizza tied to a short code. Each number or each short code, only one instance of a word. Like pizza could be one, and pizzas would do 2 different things. But with your one phone number for each company, which costs you $1 a month, you can run unlimited different campaigns based off the keywords.
Correct. Correct. And that's another reason why long codes are so attractive. Because, I mean, yeah, you can get the keyword pizza on my short code right now because it's brand new, but there's not another short code anywhere in the country where you could get the keyword pizza. It's already taken. But with a long code, you can, unlimited keywords on a long code.
A lot of people are saying they're getting excited about 2013 because we just did our founders members for our mobile website builder and some other stuff.
Yeah.
And I got a couple questions. Before this webinar, last webinar where I was on, I was telling people how I lead in with mobile websites.
Yep.
I'm still going to lead in with mobile websites for a lot of clients, but I'm also going to start leading in with this for it's a different market when it comes to this, how easy it is to lead in for this, and in their backend, can I add more training to theirs, like through your system?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm already putting some direct mail pieces together and how I'm going to use it. So I'll have some more training coming down the road for you guys, and I'll make sure I get it to you guys. But, yeah, this doesn't – I don't want people to think this integrates directly with our mobile builder or anything we got going on. They don't integrate directly, but it's 2 separate animals. And I'll have more training coming on. I'll probably do a webinar later on, probably next week, tell you the different ways to lead in with SMS and mobile just for everybody. But this is a perfect foot in the door. And what he was saying about is it's the same justification I have for leading in with mobile. It's something that's price efficient. It's an immediate need. So you can call a client. They can pull up their website on their cell phone. Looks like shit. 2 days later, say, hey, check that again. It looks beautiful. There's instant gratification for them. The same thing with SMS. And SMS you can offer for free. I know in the past I've preached against not offering for free, but that was when it came to doing SEO, came to website design. Anything that's going to be labor intensive and money out of your pocket to get started, don't do it for free. For this, it's going to cost you $1 to get the line, and you can load it up with 100 credits for what, $1?
$1.
So for $2, you can basically get them going, let them cover their printing cost, and they can send an email out and start getting people signed up. So there's no labor intensive on yours, and it's $2 out of pocket.
Yeah, and it's going to take you 5 minutes to set it up. And I'm not advocating a free trial. Just to be clear here, I'm not advocating you walking into the place and saying I'm offering free trials on SMS. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is if you're having trouble getting the client, you have the ability to offer him a free trial and show him some proof. And this is the only medium you can do that with. Now, I'm not saying just get out there and start giving shit away. That's not my point at all. That's not the point at all. But you can do that. I mean, if you have a bad week and you have 8 clients that are on the fence, and yeah, you got no other prospects this week, give them a free trial. It's going to take you a half hour to set it all up, cost you $10, and you'll be good to go because you'll pick half of them up.
Easily.
So,
Joe says, is this system completely self-contained? Can all SMS-related duties be performed to track from here? Will I need to use any other software for SMS?
no.
Joe, to be able to do what this does, you would have to try to piece together 10 different pieces of software.
Minimum.
Yeah, and then you'd have headaches and you'd probably quit and go work at McDonald's because you're so tired of the internet. This is all you need. Everything's in here. There's nothing that compares to this.
Correct. There's absolutely nothing that has the amount of different functionalities built into the system. There's nothing else that exists. We've got a patent pending on our viral campaign. I'm a marketer. I'm not a programmer. I'm not a coder. I'm a marketer. I found programmers and said, make it do this. They said, well, I don't know if we can. I said, well, find out. Make it happen. I laid everything out from a marketing standpoint when we designed this software. And then we built the software to perform the marketing function, not the other way around, which is usually the case. So everything we had a need for is in this software. And everything our community has had a need for over the last 5 months is in this software. So you won't ever need another SMS tool, ever.
That's kind of funny what you were just saying, Dave, because like I said, we started a plug-in business. We're doing WordPress themes and stuff, but I'm not a software guy. I got guys that work for me doing software. I just basically tell them what I want done. They're like, I can do this. I can't do this. Well, how about this? What he's got going on here is not designed by a programmer to try to fill a need in a market that he knows nothing about. This is coming from somebody who is an expert in the market, who's having other people who know how to program design what he needs done. And there's a big difference between those two viewpoints right there. And a lot of the products you buy online software, plugins, stuff like that, all comes from a programmer who sees a need in the market and fills it, but it's not functional, it's not logical, it's nothing like that. So all our plugins come from this same mindset. Hey, I want this done. I got some guy. Let's make him do it. Let it fit what I need done, and it comes out a lot better. That's the same thing Dave did here.
Exactly. Yeah, there was a huge hole in the industry. There just was. Like I said, I at one point in time I was running OpenVBX and had a website with like 4 WordPress plugins. I still couldn't get it to do half of the shit I wanted it to do. We had no choice but to build it. And when we started building it, we had no idea what it would become. If you'd have told me 14 months ago that a year from now you're going to be, selling the premier SMS software on the planet, I would have laughed in your face. It was never my intention, but the group became so powerful, and the group became, we turned into this community of dominant SMS players that it just kind of snowballed and took on a life of its own, and that's how we wound up where we are here with version 5, with our viral campaigns and our loyalty and our trivia and surveys and multi-tiered list building and all of those things. Those have all come from our community saying, well, if we could do this, and everybody brainstorming it and finding out what the best way to do it is, speccing it out, and then getting it to the programmer and saying, I don't care, make it happen. And that's what we've done.
All right. Terry, I got your email about the PayPal issue. So I'll address that. And I got one from Carol, too. So we'll get that taken care of after the call. RJ keeps saying something about SMS Monster. Is that something you know about?
Yeah, when this was originally conceived and launched, it was sold as the SMS Monster.
Okay.
So if RJ is if you bought the SMS Monster way back in November and did absolutely nothing with it, but you did in fact buy the SMS Monster, then you're entitled to everything that you saw here tonight or today.
There you go, RJ. I told you I'd ask, and I did. Wayne said, some of these are asking for like how to sell this stuff, and Dave's got a tremendous amount of training inside here, and I'm going to come out with more for you guys as far as the direct mail aspect goes. So if you're worrying about how to sell it, that's all in there, and that's going to be coming out. We're not going to go over, and we could do a 5-hour webinar today on how to sell this stuff, but we're not going down that route.
Well, and anybody that's got issues with that or you've had trouble in the past, my 30-day SMS challenge is going to fix that for you.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. You were talking about that.
Yeah.
Version 6 will be released, and now I assume that'll be a seamless transition from version 5 to 6?
When we initially release it in beta, which will be the middle of the month here, it will be a fresh install. When it comes out of beta, which we expect to be like the first week in February, it'll be a completely seamless transition. There's a button inside the system. I don't know. Let me get back to it here. I don't know if it'll show up on this one or not. What happens is if you're due for an update, there's an update button that shows up. So, and then you click that update button, and once version 6 comes out of beta, it'll just be click the update button. It'll be a done deal.
All right, for those of you on here who say, excuse me, not answering questions stuff, we've had a ton of stuff scroll through here. So if something's been asked that hasn't been answered, drive it back in here. If you saw the question box that we're looking at, it's miles long, so some stuff are going to fall through the crack, but we're not dodging anything here.
Right.
And we should have a webinar replay out tomorrow. It is GoToWebinar, no promises, which reminds me we do need to probably cut it off here in the next 6 minutes. I hear under 2 hours you got a better chance of getting a recording. Did anybody on here record this for us?
I've found the exact same thing. If I break that 2-hour mark, I got about a 1 in 50 shot of getting a recording.
Okay, Tom, I'm going to